Hello YouTube, this is Satsu5 and I wanted to give an update video on my recent car accident. Some of you may have caught my original video where I talked about the accident that I got on, that I was in the day before Thanksgiving, Wednesday the 22nd, 2017. And it was a pretty bad experience. You know, some of you know that I've been in a car accident before or totaled my vehicle, but it wasn't quite as scary that time as it was this time. I decided to drive to Beaumont just, for the sake of doing something. And I was about 20 minutes outside of Warren, and I had oncoming traffic, a guy going the wrong way, coming towards me, and the speed limit was 70 miles per hour. And and apparently the people behind him said that he was passing like 5 to 7 vehicles all at the same time, and he was going however fast he needed to go to pass up the people going the legal speed limit. And he was coming right towards me, and I saw the stimulus. I had to react, because as option A is run into him head on, possibly killing me and him. Option B is slamming on the brakes and being run off the road. And I'm sure there was an option C, but I didn't have enough time to explore that possibility, so I chose option B. I decided to slam on my brakes, turn off the road or the highway, and unfortunately there was another car. There was a driveway on the side of the road to this campground, and there was someone turning onto that driveway, and I T-boned him. And then after I hit them, my foot was on the brake, and then my foot bounced off of the brake and onto the gas and was stuck under the brake, and I started to do a U back onto the highway. And thankfully, I was able to stop the car before actually driving back onto the highway and possibly getting hit again. And I was really scared. The person, there was a family in the car that I T-boned, and the youngest one jumped out of the car. She was fine, but the teenager that was in the front passenger seat, she was in and out. She was in a lot of pain. She was very scared. And I mean, for good reason. We were all scared. But there was a off-duty firefighter on scene that saw the accident. There was some other witnesses that saw the accident. And the guy who ran me off the road stopped a little bit and looked at us, and he said something to the effect, "I didn't cause that accident," and he sped off. He basically hit and ran. And I was really scared. I was like, oh crap, I hit someone and they're clearly injured. And thankfully I had the witnesses. The witnesses talked to the state trooper. One of the witnesses gave me their business card so I can give that to the insurance company. And they have determined that it was not my fault, which I, for one, wasn't sure if it was my fault or not. I mean, I knew that it wasn't my fault that there was oncoming traffic, but I didn't know how the law would perceive my actions. Keep in mind, I saw stimulus, I had a split second to react, and I reacted. It wasn't my choice to hit this other family. I wasn't trying to hit that family. I was trying to get off the road, but that family just happened to be there. Anyways, I took a ambulance ride to the Woodville hospital because I was having some back pain. And it came to the conclusion that the back pain was just muscle. It wasn't spinal injuries or anything like that, so I was thankful for that. But I was telling my family about the car that I ran into and about the passengers, and I started to get really upset, and my Apple Watch started going off, saying that my heartbeat was going over 120 beats per minute while resting. The little heart rate machine on the hospital started going crazy, and it literally felt like every fiber of my being, all the cells, pretend that my body is made out of a lot of different fibers, that they were vibrating. They weren't twitching, like that. They were literally buzzing, the vibrating extremely. You know, I don't know where I was going with that. They were vibrating, and it scared me. I didn't know if I was having a heart attack or what. And that all happened because I was feeling scared for the family that I hit. And so I've been having to deal with insurance here lately. My Jeep is totaled. Relatively little damage done to my Jeep, but the damage that was done to my Jeep ended up totaling it. And I finally got the police report, and I am so thankful that the person that got injured in the other car, they didn't have a death date on it. They had the person that was injured, what hospital they went to, but there was no death date. So I'm very thankful for that. And this being the day before Thanksgiving, I was genuinely thankful that I lived. I was genuinely thankful that it was just the car that was totaled and not me. That I was thankful that I was able to give thanks the following day. Would have appreciated a lot more if I didn't get into a car accident, but it could have ended a lot differently. I could not be making this video to you, and I came out relatively unharmed. I mean, I took some muscle relaxers the first night, Wednesday night, thinking, well, I'm going to be sore in the next morning, but I really didn't need pain medicine the next few days. I was in very little pain, and I was able to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family, which hasn't been the same since the patriarch of the family died, but we still attempt to see everybody. And I'm now shopping for a new Jeep. I think I know what I want. I think I want a Jeep Patriot. They're being discontinued this year. But, so it sucks. That Jeep was paid for. That family, because of something I did, which, rightfully so, I had no other choice but to run off the road. But something I did possibly ruined their Thanksgiving. I don't know if they had the same outlook as I had. They might be very positive and give thanks that they're alive, although that's one of them, I think, ended up in the hospital. But they would have had a normal Thanksgiving if that guy in the truck would have just driven like a normal person. But that's it. I just thought I'd give this little video. Because of this accident, I was able to drive a Camaro. I rented a Camaro and got to drive it. That was very interesting, very cool. But to tell you the truth, I'd rather not have the opportunity to rent a Camaro because I needed it. I'd rather have my old Jeep because it was paid for and it did everything I needed it to do. Like when driving to the beach or driving in the mountains, it did everything I wanted it to do. And now I have to go car shopping. So that's it. I'm a Satsu 5 and I'm out.